Dad,
Yes.
Brock Purdy, going to get paid a lot of money, maybe. Is he still, or was he ever, a top 10 quarterback in your eyes?
Let's not do was he ever. Let's talk about current reality.
Sure.
The only reality we have
That's
is
a good
right
point.
now today.
Yeah.
So I tend to think he's not. And I'm going to say another thing. I really like him, and when he's good, I love him. He was the last player taken in the draft, and for a lot of time, I rejected that. It's not important. I mean, after all, Brady went in the 6th round, Montana went in the 3rd round. And I also admit that the draft is an imperfect science. They make mistakes all the time. But it's interesting that essentially 32 teams passed on him.
Mm-hmm.
So,
including the Niners a bunch of times.
Yeah. I'm beginning to think that there may be something not quite there. There may be, for all of his wonderful qualities and for his lovely personality, there may be a lack. There may be a lack there. We're still going to see if he's a top 10, Iggy. But when I say there's a lack, can you put into words what maybe the lack is?
I can put into words. You said for all of his wonderful qualities. How about this? What's his best quality?
I think his best quality is pre-snap.
Okay. So most people would say his best quality is his mind, right? The way he processes information, the way he sees things. So why does he throw so many picks? I mean, is that really a strength of his? Do you really trust him to drop back 40, 45, 50 times in a game, read the defense and make the right decisions and not turn the ball over? I don't. No. So he's a good field reader, not a great one. He's mobile, but he's not Jalen Hurts or Lamar Jackson. I mean, he's accurate, but he's not Jared Goff or Joe Burrow. So I think he has a lot of good qualities, but I don't know that he has any elite trait. Not one.
You know what you're sounding like, the way you describe him? He's a par golfer.
Yeah. Yeah, he's really good in all aspects of his game, but it's not like he's driving the ball 350.
Right.
You know, there's nothing that makes you go, whoa, that one thing. Justin Herbert, the way he throws a football, holy shit. The way Lamar Jackson does a lot of things. But Brock, there's a lot of like, oh, that was nice.
Yeah, I say a par golfer. He can get around the course, but he won't win. He's not Tiger Woods, who Tiger used to be. Okay, let's go and say, what quarterbacks would we currently today rank ahead of Brock Purdy and see what number he comes out at?
Sure.
So, okay, you start naming and I'll keep track.
Obviously, Patrick Mahomes.
1.
Josh Allen.
2.
Lamar Jackson.
3.
Joe Burrow.
4.
Matthew Stafford.
5.
Jalen Hurts.
6.
Jaden Daniels.
7.
Justin Herbert.
8.
Jordan Love.
9.
Jared Goff.
10. How about the guy? Do we do the guy at Houston?
CJ Stroud.
11.
And then you got guys who are close. Baker, borderline.
I would say they're about
Kyler,
the same.
Borderline.
I don't like. I don't like him. I would take Purdy above those 2 guys. I might be wrong, but I would take him above those 2 guys.
The thing about Baker is he has a better arm than Brock.
Yeah.
And the thing about Kyler is he's faster than Brock. But Brock's a good, like, in between both of them.
I agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but let's put him in that pool with those guys.
Here's someone I would take Brock over, and I've been going back and forth on this one all year. I feel strongly about this. I would take Brock over Sam Darnold. And I'll say why.
Okay.
Sam Darnold is good in the sense that he's bigger, he can see more of the field, he has a really strong arm. He has some of the worst pocket presence and feel in the pocket that I've ever seen.
I would agree.
He doesn't know how to move around. He's constantly surprised by people in his space as opposed to Brock, who seems to not only have a good feel for how to move around, but he's very quick, and usually the first person to him misses.
Yeah. Darnold in the playoffs, when he failed, he fell apart.
Yeah.
Iggy. He fell apart. And
Yeah.
you don't usually see Brock Purdy fall apart.
Well, we did this year a little bit, but at the same time, we saw Herbert fall apart in the playoffs. We saw Mahomes fall apart in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I agree with you on Brock Purdy and Darnold.
Yeah.
And anybody else? What about the guy up in Seattle and Purdy?
I think the guy in Seattle is more accurate than Purdy, has a stronger arm than Purdy, but there's something about him. I don't know. He beat the Niners the last time. He played pretty well, and he won the game with the scrambled touchdown, which I thought was a really nice play. But I've seen him lose so many times. I don't think anyone's really scared of Gino.
And he seems to, when he doesn't do well, to sulk.
Yes, he does. He's a sulker. That's what I don't like about him.
He's a sulker.
Yeah, and he's like sulking at God or something, the universe. Oh, again.
Yeah, you can't be a sulker.
No. Oh, you can, but you can't be a sulker and play quarterback.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.